All right, buckle up, because if you've figured out that you've been dealing with a narcissist, you're in for a ride. You've cracked the code, connected the dots, the gaslighting, the manipulation, the lies, you've seen through it all. You knew something was off, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it. Now the fog has lifted. The mask's been ripped off. And guess what? They know you know. Now, most people, when they get to this point, get stuck. They wonder what happens next. What do I do now? Well, first off, you're not just dealing with a narcissist anymore. You've gone beyond that. You've stepped into the real fight. The battle for your peace, your truth, and your freedom. And here's the truth. When they realize you've seen through them, the narcissist game changes. Their whole world is built on manipulation and control, but now they're the ones on the defensive. You've stripped away their illusion, and there's no going back. They're not just going to sit there and let it happen. Oh no, they're going to react. And how they react is exactly what we're diving into today. So if you're ready to protect your peace and understand what comes next, keep watching. Let's tear down the mask and expose the game for what it truly is. 1. The illusion shatters, the mask slips. The first thing that happens when you figure them out, the narcissist's illusion shatters. Boom. Just like that. Their entire world, the smoke and mirrors they've built to keep you confused and under their control, starts to crack. You see through it. You've uncovered the trick. And let me tell you, when the mask slips, they know it. They feel it. They've spent so long weaving this web of lies that they've convinced themselves they could pull it off forever. You're just another pawn in their game. But then, suddenly, you're not. You're awake. You're no longer a passive player. You've connected the dots, and now they're just exposed. It's like standing in the middle of a perfectly rehearsed play and realizing the actors forgot their lines. And the narcissist? They hate being exposed. This is a hit to their fragile ego. They've been playing a game of smoke and mirrors, and now you've pulled back the curtain. Their response? Shock, panic, and yes, fear. Fear that the control they've held over you is slipping away, and in some cases, never coming back. They're not just losing power, they're losing their grip on reality. And for someone who has built their entire identity on controlling how the world sees them, that's a nightmare. 2. Ego hit. Their pride takes a punch. You know what happens next? The narcissist's ego takes a punch. A big one. And, their ego is the very air they breathe. Without it, they'd shrivel up and vanish. It's the engine that drives everything they do. They can't stand being exposed, and once you figure them out, it's like you just kicked over their most prized possession. Their whole existence is built on this delusion that they're superior, invincible, untouchable. Everything revolves around that fragile, inflated sense of self. And when you pierce that illusion, it's like popping a balloon. The air hisses out. They might try to recover, act like it doesn't matter. But deep down, they're rattled. They're not used to this. Now, don't get it twisted. They'll never admit it. Oh no, they're far too proud for that. But trust me, they feel it. They've been walking around on top of the world, thinking they've got everyone fooled. You've shown them, in a single moment, that they're just like everyone else. And that's the real wound. Their ego can't take it, and the panic sets in. It's like the old saying goes, pride comes before a fall. And trust me, they've fallen. They just haven't hit the ground yet. 3. Panic sets in. The smoke and mirrors start to flicker. Now, as the illusion starts to crack, panic sets in. That's when the smoke and mirrors really start to flicker. They weren't expecting you to catch on. They thought they could keep spinning their web, keep you tangled in their chaos. But now the walls are closing in. They know it. You know it. And trust me, they're freaking out. At first, they might play it cool, act like it's no big deal. But don't be fooled. This is the moment they realize they're losing control. And when a narcissist loses control, well, things get ugly. You're not just dealing with someone who has a bruised ego anymore. No, you're staring down someone who's terrified that their entire facade is about to come crumbling down. The narcissist's whole life is built on manipulation, lies, and keeping you in a state of confusion. And when you snap that out of existence, they don't know how to function anymore. It's like a magician who's suddenly been caught with their hand in the cookie jar. The trick's exposed, and they don't know how to recover. They're scrambling. And you know what they're scrambling for? Control, power, the illusion. Because without it, they're just a shell. And trust me, they can't live with that. For gaslighting intensifies a denial avalanche. Oh, now we're getting to the good stuff. When a narcissist knows you see through them, that's when the gaslighting goes into overdrive. They'll hit you with a denial avalanche. And you better hold on tight, because this storm's coming fast. They're going to deny everything. And I mean everything. What do you mean? That never happened. You're imagining things. You're crazy. It's all a lie. And what's their goal here? To make you question your own reality. They need to twist the facts, deflect blame, and throw you off balance. You've got the truth in your hands, but they want to turn that into a cloud of doubt. Here's the thing. Narcissists are experts at this. They're not just trying to win an argument. Oh no, they're trying to control the narrative. They want you to feel like you're the one who's lost it, like you're the one making all of it up. And don't think for a second that they won't play dirty. You'll get the classic lines, "You're too sensitive," or "Why are you always overreacting?" The goal? To weaken you. They want to turn the tables and make you feel like the problem. But here's the truth. It's a desperate move. The more they gaslight, the more they expose their fear. Because deep down, they know you're onto them, and they can't handle it. 5. Love bombing, the charade of change. When their gaslighting doesn't work, what's next? Oh, you can bet they're going to bring out the big guns. Love bombing. But don't be fooled, my friend. This isn't some magical transformation. It's a charade of change. All smoke, no fire. They'll shower you with affection, promises, sweet words, maybe even apologize for their past behavior. But trust me, it's all just a performance. They're pulling out every trick they've used before, but this time it's not going to work. Not on you. Why? Because you see through it. You've woken up to their game. This phase is slick, almost too good to be true. They'll tell you they've changed. They'll tell you they've been working on themselves. Hell, they might even swear on their grandmother's grave that they'll never hurt you again. But don't buy it. It's the oldest trick in the book. They know they're losing control, and they'll do whatever it takes to reel you back in. They want to keep you hooked. But here's the thing. You're not biting. This isn't real change. It's just a trap. They'll show you their better side for a couple of days, maybe even a week, but it's just temporary. Once they have you back under their thumb, the mask slips again. They're not interested in healing. They're interested in hoovering, sucking you back into their toxic web. 6. Projection. You're the villain now. Now, get ready for the ultimate mindbender, projection. This is where the narcissist flips the script and suddenly, you're the villain. Yeah, you heard that right. They'll take every single thing they are doing, the manipulation, the lies, the gaslighting, and project it onto you. Now, you're the one who's crazy, unstable, abusive. They'll twist everything, spin the narrative until you're left questioning yourself. It's the oldest narcissistic trick in the book. Turn the tables and make you feel like the problem. Why? Because if they can convince you that you're the one who's flawed, then they can continue playing the role of the victim. The moment they can shift the blame onto you, the whole focus moves away from their own toxic behavior. And here's the thing. It works. For a while. Most people don't realize they've been played. They start second-guessing themselves. They wonder, am I really the one causing all of this? It's classic narcissism at its finest. They never take responsibility. Ever. So they project. They'll accuse you of everything they're guilty of. They'll twist facts, distort the truth, and make you question everything you know is real. You're not the problem. You're the target. Remember that. 7. Going dark. The disappearing act. And here's the final, brutal move, going dark. When they know they've lost control of you, when their tricks no longer work, they'll pull the ultimate card, the silent treatment. It's like they vanish. Poof. Gone. Like you never mattered. Like you never existed. And listen, I know this stings. It doesn't matter if it's the first time or the 10th time this has happened. It hurts. They'll suddenly become a ghost. No texts, no calls, no nothing. You're left sitting there wondering what happened, why they disappeared, and what you did wrong. But here's the brutal truth. It's not about you. It's about them. They've played their game, and they know they've lost. They can't control you anymore. They can't manipulate you. So they disappear. They ghost you, because it's the only way they know to regain power. No explanation, no closure, just silence. And they'll do this to avoid accountability. If they can just vanish without a word, they don't have to explain themselves. They don't have to admit they've been exposed for the frauds they are. But don't get it twisted. It's not about you being unworthy or not good enough. You didn't lose here. You won. They couldn't play you anymore. You're no longer their puppet. They know TV lost. So, they vanish. They go silent because they have nothing left to say. And when they do this, it's a final admission that you've escaped their web. And that, my friend, is the sweetest victory you'll ever taste. Oh, and don't be surprised when they pop back up with someone new, parading it around like a trophy. It's all part of the performance. The play's not over. It's just the next scene. And now, you're the one who gets to walk off the stage. All right, so there you have it. When a narcissist knows you've figured them out, their whole world starts to crumble. First, they're hit with that devastating blow to their ego. Then, panic sets in as their carefully crafted illusion starts to unravel. They gaslight you, deny everything, and twist the truth, but you're onto them. They'll try to love bomb you back into their trap, only to slip into projection, turning you into the villain. And when that doesn't work, they ghost you. Silent treatment, vanishing into thin air like you never mattered. But here's the bottom line. You're free. You've cracked the code, and now they're just desperate to regain control. Don't let them. You've already won by waking up to the game they were playing. If this hit home for you, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and check out more videos on the channel. You're not alone, and we've got your back.